Greetings to you. This is Modupe, all the way from Durham Consulting, like I like to say. I'm the face behind Durham Consulting. Oh my God, in this kind of business that we do, you kind of lose sight of the days of the week. Before I barely came online, I was like, oh, this is Tuesday, right? And so we don't even know the difference between Monday, Tuesday, whatever weekend in our kind of business in this digital space because things moves very fast. You just love what you're doing and then you continue to do it with so much joy. Greetings. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for all your likes. Thank you so much for all your comment. Thank you so much for all the love. I can't thank you enough. Keep them coming, by the way. Keep them coming. I tried on all of those. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And here I am today. Like I said, it's Tuesday. We have barely 4 days to the end of April. Not like we want to keep hold to April, but we're just like, you know what? 4 days to the end of April, we have whatever some months that we still need to look forward to in the year 2022. Now, as you've kind of all seen from the topic of today, power of leverage, power of leverage, power of leverage. For those of you joining me in, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I know that I'm currently live on all of my pages. Thank you so much, Motoraya, joining me in all the way from Texas. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. For those of you joining me on all of the other platforms, I appreciate you as well. And Keru, thank you. Thank you for joining in. And so, as I was saying, I said the topic of today actually, narrows on power of leverage and how are we using it to our own advantage, or are we using it even at our own expense? That is what we'll be talking about today: power of leverage. Put it right in the comment box. For those of us, joining already or who probably catch up on this replay. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this particular topic? Leverage. We use that word, and to some extent, I'm already thinking we use that word so loosely these days and time, and we are probably even losing out of the meaning of this word, leverage. We use it so loosely these days, and we could actually look at it from various perspectives. But the perspective in which we are narrowing in on today's conversation, it's the business-oriented perspective. Leverage. What is leverage? Now, in a layman's language, we could say that leverage means when you use something to your own advantage, meaning there is a particular thing and you're using it to your own advantage. You have a particular process already existing. You're trying to mirror off of that process and use it to your own advantage. There's a particular system in place. You're probably plugging into that system and you're using it to your own advantage. You're using it either to enhance your process, your existing process, or your never existing process. You're using it to either enhance it, you're using it, to empower whatever you have, already in place. Thank you so much for those of you joining in. And I kind of mentioned, I said we're talking on the power of leverage. Thank you so much, Harriet. I appreciate that. I see you joining in. So we're talking on leverage. That is what it means in a layman's language. Now, if I take us all the way to the financial world, it means something typically different. Okay, we're not looking at it being from that particular perspective. So, like I said, we're narrowing into the business face of it. What are those processes that are existing right now in our world? What are those business systems that we have currently existing, working in our world that you know of, that I know of? Now, the next question will be, have you been able to understand what these processes are? Have you been able to know what the systems are? Are you currently using one to your advantage? Are you currently using one to your own benefit? Or let's take a flip side of it. Or are you actually embracing leverage at your own expense? Maybe that's what you're doing. You're listening to me now. Maybe that's what you're doing and you don't even know. Okay, I'm going to look at it from an employer-employee relationship. Now, an employer will get in employee, individuals who will have to, work and help them grow their business, enhance their dreams, build their dreams, will do that. That's what an employer will do. And so, what is the employee doing for the employer? The employee, on the other hand, is leveraging his or her time, right? So he or she could be compensated at the end of a particular, stated pay cycle, bi-weekly, monthly, or what have you. So there is leverage going on, whether we like it or not, on both ends. The employer leveraging, on the employee's time. And the employee is actually exchanging his or her time to build the employer's, dream or what have you. I could see in the comment section. Thank you so much. Mutrara is saying that you could leverage on phones and computer and internet. Yes, she's actually spilling it out of me already. I'm going to get to that. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that contribution. Power of leverage. Whether we like it or not, it has come to stay. So it's either you use it to your advantage or you'll end up using it at your own expense. That is what I'm referring to today. I hope somebody finds nugget in this. I hope somebody understands what I'm referring to. Now, I'm going to just again cite another example which will come home. A lot of us will resonate with this, regardless of wherever we are. Because, hey, folks, it's already a global village. 5 years before now, nobody knew anything called Zoom, which is an application through which individuals could either meet, and it's been, well renowned now in wherever setting, is in a business setting, individual setting, religious setting, school setting, and none of this was in existence way back. So what am I referring to? 2 years before the unimaginable happened that affected everybody across globe, nothing of Zoom was super known. It was in existence, barely known. And when that unimaginable, occurred, the pandemic struck. And we all had to kind of go back to the drawing board. What are we going to do? What are we not going to do? Whether we like it or not, during this period of time when challenges hit, right? A lot of us had to find out that there were so much innate skills in us that kind of, jumpstart out of us. Our children had to get back on the laptops and they were learning from home. Teachers had to go back on the laptops just to make sure these children are still learning something. Those were things you can never have thought of would have happened. But hey, it happened. It sure did. Power of leverage. Power of leverage. Now, in our today world, even though things are probably gone back to normalcy, maybe in some places, not that so much, but maybe in some places, yes and no, or wherever, Zoom is still in place, still widely used by churches, banks, schools, businesses, and the list is endless. Will there be other things that will come after now? Will there be a technology disruption? Absolutely. We're not going to stop at that. And that's why I keep telling people that in this age and time, just find a niche for yourself. Find a niche for yourself because things are changing. And if you find yourself not changing, you will end up blaming yourself. Let me see what my folks are actually saying right here. Thank you so much, Ann Kerry. And Kerry said that's very inspirational. I'm glad you're finding value in that. I'm glad others will also find value in that as well. Let me see what Kathleen is saying. Hi, Kathleen, all the way from Manchester, UK. Thank you. You used to spend hours and hours on social media, basically just killing time. And now you spend half of that time investing in your online business. That is so brilliant, sis. Thank you so much for sharing. That is so brilliant. Power of leverage. What are you doing? What are you leveraging on? If you're not leveraging on anything right now to your own advantage, then you're missing out. You're missing out. If you're not leveraging on anything as we speak right now in this age and time to your own benefit, then you're missing out. Somebody's out there and telling me, okay, fine, when I use something to my own advantage, that is what leverage is. So What do I get to gain from that? It means that certain things you probably would, it would take you hours or days to do. By the time you leverage on certain processes or tools or systems in place, it only takes you a fraction of that time to get it done. And that is a plus. That is a plus. The speed in doing that. A lot of us these days and time, we could just up on Zoom, for instance, get on that call with a business partner in Japan or we're in the UK, right? Just like I'm speaking right now. Back then, we probably will have to make a trip to get that done. That is the power of leverage I'm referring to. Now that you've known about all of this, or you probably already know it's existing, are you actually using it to your own advantage? Muturaya kind of chimed in earlier. She said, you have your phones, you have the online space. Are you using all of those to your advantage? Are you leveraging on those? Are you leveraging on, or you probably don't think you could leverage on those? Hey, folks, it's no secret. Yes, you can leverage on those. It's high time we need to start doing that. Okay? You're able to do more when you do that. You're able to maximize and achieve more when you leverage. Power of leverage. Power of leverage. Let's not just, sit right on the fence and just keep watching things happen. Let's be those people. Be that game changer, folks. Somebody put in the comment box, I am the game changer. I'm going to change the game. I will change the game. Put in the comment box if that's you, that you are the game changer. Don't just be on the fence to watch people do things. Right also there, be in the circle of where things are being done. You can leverage on things in your world, in your life, and things around you. We've mentioned so many things. Your phones, the online space, the internet space. Just don't be there scrolling. Just like Kathleen said, she was doing that maybe years back, but now she's learned the better way, and she's been fulfilled in doing that. It's high time we start leveraging on what works to our own advantage. It's high time we start leveraging on those things, that work to our advantage. I am the game changer because I will be leveraging on these things. It's working, folks. It's working. I'm going to close out on this go live because I do not want to have it so, elongated unnecessarily. My focus this day was just to kind of tell us what leverage is when you use something to your own advantage. Stop having these things at your own expense. Stop calling it fun and using it at your expense. It's time to be smart, guys. It's time to be smart. That era of working hard and not being smart is way gone. Wake up. If you're still thinking in that particular angle or that bubble, then you're the only one left in that class because we've left you. And I'm beckoning on you, listening on, joining on this live right now. We will catch up on this replay later. You know what? Join the train. It's moving. We have more rooms than ever to accommodate everybody. Only if you're ready for change, though. Only if you think, you know what, you can do this. Only if you think you believe you will receive because you believe. Those are the people I'm referring to, and those are the people I'm talking to. Let's do this. Power of leverage. Use it to your advantage. I'm going to close out to say that today we're having a live webinar. Usually we have it Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we come live, reaching out to people who need to hear this. In my community, I talked about leverage. We leverage on the power of social media platforms. We leverage on the power of automation. We leverage on the power of globalization technology. We understand these processes. We leverage on the power of, companies that are working, that are producing results, that are reaching out and being a blessing to the world. changing, changing the narrative. We leverage on those, and it's working for us. So, well, at our webinar, what are the things we talk about? We break out all these processes, we walk you through the path, we'll explain to you. You'll listen to life testimonials from people like me working this business, and then you get to decide if this is for you. You get to decide if you want to launch on, if you want to join the race. Thank you so much, Maturaya. If you want to join the race, thank you, Hankeru. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate you all. Maturaya said, wake up from the slumber. If you want to join the race, take the needed action today. Okay? For those of you who like, okay, Modupe, just tell me, what do I need to do? Yes, I'm telling you. Okay? Put into any of the browser, my webpage, www.diremconsulting.com, www.diremconsulting.com. Put your name and your valid email address. At that junction, I will be honored to send you, your access to a free webinar. Access to a free webinar. Webinar goes off today, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you belong to any of the zones outside of these ones I called, please by all means do your conversion and plug in. Plug in, listen on, and see what's going on. What's going on, and then you decide for yourself. By all means, feel free to reach out to me, ask me any questions on my page. My bio is right there. You know how to find me. You know where how to find me, okay? Thank you. Leveraging on frequently used social media platforms. Yes, because you're already using it. That's what Muturiel was saying. You're already using it, by the way. A lot of us have multiple social media accounts. And what are you doing with that? What are you doing with that? Mutraya said, let's stop watching fracas on social media. Let's not be the noise. Don't why are you adding to noise? Let's just begin to add value. Okay, get busy with your time. Leverage on all of these things because they are working. They're working. They're working. You don't understand how it works, then that's when you want to start doing your due diligence. Do the asking, ask questions, and you won't be lost. Okay? And for all those of us who are very strong in faith, I'm going to leave us with this word. You see, at times, a lot of us will say that I'm just going to be in the prayer room. I don't know if this is what God wants for me. I'm just going to be there. I'm going to keep praying. I'm going to keep praying. And then we just stay there and keep praying, forgetting that prayer is a two-way game, right? It's a communication. You're communicating with God. Are you giving yourself time to listen? This is an answer to someone's prayer. For those of you who are probably checking it out already, by all means, share to anyone. Share to anyone you think might be gain from this. This is an answer to someone's prayer. Okay? Add value to yourself now rather than later. Get into the niche. Create a niche for yourself now before it's too late. When you get into the game earlier in the game, you get to reap the benefit. When you come later, you're just kind of like, it will take you time before you get in there. Okay? So as I was saying, a lot of us just get stuck into that prayer room, waiting for manna to drop down from heaven. Gone are those days. Manna no longer falls down from heaven. The last time I checked, you need to stand up and do the needful. We all did, by the way. So, okay, enough is said right now. And I'll say that let us pray like it is up to God. But you know what? Let us walk like it is up to us. Because that work, you'll be the one to do it. Do your prayer and then do the work. Check things out and let the Lord direct you. Okay, until I come back this way, thank you so much again for everyone who's joined in, who's been of great value on this section. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Check me out on my page. And until when next I come this way, it is bye for now. Thank you.